Hello, people of God. I'm back. As I promised, I'm back. Oh, I'm even proud of myself. I actually kept my words. I'm back. Oh. So these people are actually feeling entitled. I take my words back. I'm sorry. I did a live stream like how many hours ago? And I was countering what people were saying about Isabella keeping a social distancing with from Sultana. And I'm like, no, it's the responsibility of being a head of house that made Sultana not to be available for their, you know, their usual session. It was after watching the live stream. Sorry, that's the live stream. It was after watching their diary session that I then realized that Isabella and Jason J. But this is just, typical of Jason J. Jason J is cunning. He's a very cunning guy. Tell me you're entitled without telling me you're entitled. And that is Jason J. He didn't outrightly say he's angry at Sultana, or he's disappointed, or feeling entitled as Sultana directly, but indirectly he's saying it. You see the thing about leadership. When you decide to be a good leader, or when you decide to do the right thing, you're gonna lose a lot of friends, even family members. That's the truth. That is just what played out. You see the social experiment, whether I like it or not. Human beings are very alike. We have very similar characteristics. That's why when you guys say this person is behaving like this person, well, it happens, no doubt. But at the end of the day, everything in life is a vicious cycle, right? It goes round. That's why people say whatever goes up must surely come down. It's a cycle, right? That will be repeated. It cannot be avoided. That's the cycle. Yeah, it's just like a butterfly. When the egg is being laid, it now passes through the process of being a larva, right? If I'm not mistaken, before it can never jump those stages to become a butterfly. Yeah. So that is life for you. Life is a vicious cycle. When you are born, you will learn how to sit, how to crawl, how to walk. It's normal. Even if some people miss one or two stages, but the stages still remain the same. Isabella outrightly, of course. Isabella outrightly said that she was disappointed that she didn't need to plead the case with Sultana because they are friends. Friendship, can you guys remind me? Friendship of how many days? And just like I said on my other live stream, Sultana had made it very clear that she was not interested in really making, like, she would make friends, obviously, but she doesn't, like, she's not dwelling on those friendships she will make in Big Brother house because she already has her long-term friends. So it's not that deep. And if you look at Sultana and Isabella's friendship, it was a friendship of convenience. Uh, Remember when Dinari was around, there was an issue between Isabella and Sultana that Isabella even threw a plate at Sultana and even was technically, she technically used her son's life. Yes, what do I mean by she technically used her son's life? By saying that she wasn't going to talk to Sultana, swearing by her son's life. That Dinari told her no, no, not to do that. That she's just saying it now because she's angered. And Dinari was very correct because as soon as everything passed, Sultana came and apologized to her. They were fine. She thought it was going to be like Telma. Sultana does not have the type of pride that Telma has. You understand? Sultana, of course, loneliness, boredom will kill her in that house. And as they always say, in fact, you don't even need to say it when you look at it. You can't be in that house alone. You need alliance. You need accomplices. You need acquaintances. So definitely Sultana came, humbled herself, and begged Isabella for forgiveness, and then friendship continued till this point. And besides, they have something in common. What do they have in common? They are both smokers, so it's cool to be whiling away time, talking, gossiping, gisting. Yeah, with some sticks of cigarettes in between their fingers, actually, right? So honestly, I was even arguing a case for Isabella that no, she needs to give Sultana space because now Sultana is busy as a head of house. I didn't know that it was entitlement. I didn't know it was a beef underneath the whole thing. Oh wow, that's interesting. Looking at it now, I think I was one that missed something. I missed it because even at their task of yesterday that they were in the same team, you could see that there was no much interaction. And I suddenly saw, even during that their karaoke, she was closer to Zita. They were even, they were closer. But and she said since Sultana chose her as a house guest, she hasn't even slept there. So I'm like, okay, okay. Isabella, you took it too far. Maybe it wasn't that deep for Sultana on Sultana's part, and um, whatever, man. Then the other guy, the other bestie, which happens to be Jason. I'm just looking at Jason. Jason is just, I don't know if I'll use the word. He's just being immature. He's just being. I don't want to use the word childish because it's not childish, but I'll just say he's being emotionally immature. For someone that on Sunday you were casted, that you were underneath another woman's shit. And then you think Sultana, in as much as they are all saying they are not in a relationship, they are just friends and all of that. But let's tell ourselves the truth. The dynamics in that house, you can't run away from whatever it is. There might be no titles to the relationships, they might just be convenient, but we know that the two of you are together. And it's not fair to do it to this person. And even she said it, that it wasn't even about him being under the duvet with Joanna, but he should have told her. So what make him think that just like that from Sunday to Monday, because he came and shedded some few crocodile tears, it then means that he has bought or he has gotten through to Sultana. He has, because she loves him too much. Like that's in a, it is scatter my head. Jason J, Dede, you see those people? They are the people that like take advantage of people for loving them. It's like loving them is a crime. Because when you love, there are people that when you love them, it's like you have tied yourself in bondage. It's like you have gotten yourself into trouble. There's some people that you should not even love. In fact, you should not even like them. Because the moment you show any form of emotion towards them, they have gotten a tool. They don't even see people as human beings. They see them like tools to work to take advantage of, or to just the way I'm saying this microphone now. This is a tool that will help me at least to make my sound a bit cleaner, my phone to make calls, and like whatever, cup to drink water and all of that. And it's not fair. You messed up on Monday. You were exposed on national television, and for it to be exposed on national television, it means that he had or has a lot of speculations or a lot of tongues waggling on that issue. And then you think that Sultana does not have self-respect, or is battling with low self-esteem, or needs your relationship in that house more than she needs air in that house. And then from one day to another, she is fine. See, there are a lot of times that people are just too logical. Hi, oi, Olivia girl, how you doing? I hope you're fine. See the way the weather in Port Harcourt is treating us. Very, very rainy. So I'm just talking, Olivia, I'm talking about Jason G. Like, what right? If Isabella felt entitled to being given that immunity, it's understandable, right? But Jason J is the one that, and because he's a cunning guy, he wasn't even direct about it. He was now still dancing around the fact that okay, he understood. But guy, I noticed since that Sunday. Imagine it was even Rude Boy and Zita that saw through Sultana and went to have a heart-to-heart talk with her in the garden after her decisions she made. But then at the end of the day, if you guys listen to Sultana's, and don't forget that Sultana is a mom. So I think she literally, and when she was even talking, she made reference to children. Okay, was this Zita that brought that? Yeah, she was the one that spoke about children, that no matter how many children you have, you cannot show favorism or something like that. And at that moment, seeing herself as the head of house sitting on that throne, she saw herself like the mother of all nations. Female Abraham. She was the mother at that time in Big Brother house. So she saw all of those housemates at that time like her kids, like her children. Technically, they were her subordinates at that moment, in fact, at this moment, as the head of house. Yeah, I remember when Faith did his own reign to the point that he wanted Biggie to even help him, and Biggie told him that guy is your thing, do it. You understand? Everybody has his own mode of leadership. Your own is everybody should come and put their hands and pick up their battery where you are standing and make it work, because for the longest of time the normal is the head of house going round and giving everyone a change of battery. But Faith decided to make his own the other way around. He will be seated, or he will be standing, or he will be stationary, and then the housemates will be the mobile ones that will come and pick up, and then go. So it's left for him to know how to inject that change for that week. The ball is in his hands. So the same thing too with Salty Girl. She didn't see friends at that moment. She saw housemates that whatever it is meant a lot to them. Now, these are people that on a normal day, they won't even say good morning to her. But for the sake of the game and pleading for immunity, they had to come down to her level, even fit, or rather, yeah, they had to come down they had to come down. Let me know, not to any level anyway, but they had to just come down and plead their case, whether they put it in a pleading manner or not. Because I noticed some people were trying to make a case out of it that this person did not beg, this one did not beg. But the end game is that they actually came and pleaded their case. Like they actually came and said something. You get, they actually had they should have just come and sat down there, waited for that 120 minutes to pass, then leave. It's not by force. Plead your case. Your plead your case could be silence. And actually, there was someone like Coin. He said what he wanted to say in less than 30 seconds, and he was mute and waited for the remaining time to just elapse, and he left. So it's whether see, the thing is that it's so unfortunate that most of the time things like this, um, netizens, fans, fanatics contribute in creating narratives that do not even exist. Yeah, he did well in very short words. He did very well in very short words. And if you look at Koyin is a man of little words. Yeah, he's a man of little words. And probably that was why Dede for the longest of time was very comfortable with his relationship. Not only does he not persuade her with unnecessary touch like Kola does, he also just goes with the flow. You understand? He has never spoken to her romantically, has he? If he has, then probably I never caught it. If anything says she was even the one trying to create a scenario that looked like he said what he said was given on the show. And it's true. Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. There's no need of complicating things. Honestly, if anything, I'm going. The boy tried. The boy at that young age is. I'll use the word is lucky, because even most matured people. That's why they say age is nothing but a number. Even most matured people do not even have the kind of. They do not have the kind of mindset, or will I say, yeah, and personality that Kony does. And for a young boy like that, to me, he's doing well. For me, he's doing very, very well. And then that was it. Imagine, I was even surprised when Sultana said the most emotional um, 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 conversation for her at that time was even Dede's. I was very surprised. Then she said Jason J, then Mide. You understand? So, because basically Isabella walked in there as a friend. And that's the thing. But it doesn't still matter, obviously, just because you're and he now brings me back to the reason why some people fall apart with their friends, because even me, like low key, there's some things that there are some so-called friends that I cut off. And the reason why I cut them off is this that there's people that do not even recognize your status. Energy made us love him. Exactly. And at the beginning, when he walked into the house, he looks lost. I don't know if you noticed it, Olivia. When he walked into the house the first time, he looked lost. But over time, he found his footing. In as much as he was sort of hiding under the shadow of Dede, he didn't even know that on his own he was even stronger. I don't know. Let me be a little bit biased here, but I would say Koyi equally sort of he sort of not even sort of he boosted Dede's personality. Like he boosted Dede's game. Yes, he does. Like the boy, the things that they are indoors, they don't know what is happening outdoor. They don't know what is happening on the internet. She understand. They don't know their grace. See me, see yesterday crying crocodile tears. Let me just call it crocodile tears, but she was just crying sympathetically. I'm like, babe, calm down. You don't need these tears. Eh? We love you already. The same thing too with Pressure, King of Africa. But do that one. That one when he's crying, I don't know what it is to make his cry. He used to make me laugh. I'm supposed so when people are crying, you're supposed to sympathize with them. But Mensan only makes me laugh. Like, but it's interesting anyway. I love the guy. I do love the guy. Like he has the energy of the typical Port Harcourt boy, Olivia. We that were in Port Harcourt, we relate with Telma. We relate with Isabella. Calabari people. Hey, they buga. Yesterday I was watching one of those their media rounds. So in the comment section, someone was saying that it's obvious Telma grew up with confidence and all of that. For my mind, I say confidence. It is just a thing. Is just a thing. These people have this pride, and that is because they have oil, they have money. So you understand? A Calabari man, hey, na so indeed. Now even now, self economy don't tough for them small. Calabari people. So we that were here, we kind of relate. Do you understand? So people out there will just say what they say and then see what they see as well. So that kind of thing. That's why you see me, I don't stretch too much to emphasize on things that I don't know. Do you understand? That's why I always make it clear that it's my own opinion, it's my own bias, it's my own observation. Sure, you understand? But it's going to be tough, oh, guys. It's going to be tough. Even me, I'm feeling Emisi will win, but it's going to be a tough one. Emisi and Faith. It's going to be a really tough one. No, it was because of the story she told. She was thinking about it and was saying it's not something she was meant to say, but she has to say. Yes, yes, yes. But and some people saw it as a strategy. You see the problem with this game house. You see the problem with this show. Even when Sultana told Jason J that she was married off at 15, some people said it was a strategy, she was trying to blackmail the guy emotionally, blah 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 blah. But look, see, over time, like me here, I'm on social media space. I don't know most of you guys personally, but because of our connection, but I felt bad for her. I cried. Yeah, I be, but yeah, it's terrible. Oh. See, that's why I said it in my live stream earlier today. I said a lot of people do not look like what they have been through. A lot of people are battling with a lot of emotions and a lot of trauma within, but they come out looking strong, smiling, dress fine, play, joke. And honestly, for the longest of time, although there's no specific data for that, but um like will I say repeatedly, the people that make like how do I even put it, like comedians and all of that, right? They have been like the most unhappy people. Amen. Amen. Do you understand? I've noticed that in people that make other people laugh, their own life is usually not what you think it is. It is not funny. Yes, their life is not funny, but you just try to make humor out of it, probably to just disconnect. The brain is doing its work, right? Yeah, the brain can work in different ways. It can make you forget something, it can make you suppress something, it can make you um, um, uh, interchange, switch something. You understand? Maybe turn happiness to joy, joy to happiness. I don't know if I'm trying to say to you. Just like in the case of Faith, if you ask me, Faith is internal. Like Faith is someone that hasn't gone through anything. He's a lucky child. He's a child that typically grew up with a silver spoon, but his outward appearance now comes out a bit bitter. Yeah, even vile sometimes. Honestly, Faith can be very vile sometimes. It's not because he's in a game house where he's restricted and he's in front of cameras. Faith will do worse than what he's doing. She understand, but that's someone that came from a very comfortable life, maybe happy life. I don't know, because I think money does not amount to happiness, as some people will say. Some people say it's the other way around. Money amounts to happiness, but you could tell that Faith is someone that has not gone through, yes, has not gone through anything harsh in life. But he's not nice. Honestly, like he's not like not personality wise per se, but his traits, some of the personality traits, if you know what I'm trying to say to you, linking to his ego. He's too egocentric. You understand? He looks like he's rubbing off his he's like, well, I won't say he's rubbing off. It's just that when you don't go through a thing, you will not know how it is. If you have not slept with hunger, you will not know how hunger feels. Oh, my, that guy, fear him or can't even walk with you. Olivia, I've said, which means you've not really watched my live streams, or I've said it. I'm not a specialist here, right? But socially, I'm not a professional psychologist or a therapist or socially. So I am not diagnosing him or prognosing him, but socially, right? Faith carries a characteristics of a covert narcissist. See, there's nothing you guys will tell me for now to change my mind. For now, maybe later. Jason J is equally one, but I cannot pinpoint if he's a covert because there's covert, there's overt, there's about four of them, right? Yeah, but you see the covert ones, they are the quiet ones, but they're the most dangerous ones. They seem harmless, but their limits are unpredictable. Unlike the overt ones that are loud, noisy, you can almost predict their outburst. That is why you see Jason J. I literally can predict what he would do. I just can. Even when people started complaining he was quiet in the house. Da, 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 da. Now that is a typical characteristic of a narcissist. He became bored. You know, narcissists are like children. They easily get bored of a toy. Maybe when you buy them a toy, they after playing with it for a while, maybe they see another person's own. They now become, or when they see another one, they become bored. So when people say, "Ah, where's Jason J? He has disappeared," I'm like, "Are you guys for real?" That is the typical characteristic of them. You get, they easily get bored. You get, if you look at it, he's even relatively trying to still struggling in as much as he tried to play a certain script and it didn't work for him. Do you understand? Now capitalizing on fate's kind of outburst or fate's kinds of reaction to an action, he now went and did what he did and was glad he came out because he wanted a reaction from faith. But meanwhile, two people that have the same characteristics know what they can easily, what will I say? They can easily, it's just like Olivia, let's say you and I, we love fashion. Do you understand? So to some extent, you can easily say, okay, Asma'u is stepping out for this occasion. I know she will go all out. Me too, I can easily say, okay, Olivia is stepping out for this occasion. She will go all out. So to some extent, we can actually tell what each other can do. So because these two people have very similar social characteristics. That's what I said about the narcissistic um tendencies, or kind of, yeah. Now both men know what it is. Faith knows that Jason J is just trying to get attention from his false self. Do you know I won't be shocked if Jason J does not even have anybody outside. I won't be shocked that he does. If Jason J does not even, if he lied about his relationship, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. You get, unlike Faith, though, when that's what I call Faith more of a covert narcissist, because a covert narcissist, like I told you, he's unpredictable. They are unpredictable, either male or female. And they are silent because they don't need to they don't need to put in too much effort. Do you understand? Like, I won't say it is certain, right? But it's easier for them because, especially when they have the resources. Faith has the resources. You understand? And for someone that has so much resources, is fighting or beefing Sultana over sauce. What is sauce? Are you getting what I'm trying to say here to you guys? So they know each other. And that was why yesterday, 3 freaking a.m., the both of them could not sleep. Everybody in the house was sleeping. Both of them could not sleep. They are busy analyzing, replaying. And that's the thing about narcissistic people. They do not forget things. They always keep scores. They do not forget things. I remember Sultana one time like that in the diary room. She told Biggie that right now, for now, she and Faith are not in talking terms. Like, but for her, there's no beef. She knows that outside here they will be cool and all of that. But Faith has been holding very strong grudge towards Sultana, not until that Monday that she did what she did. And then suddenly he also now like sort of let go of some of the animosity that he has for her, and was equally saying yesterday in the diary room that he believes that him and Sultana will be good outside, or they will be, but you can imagine for the longest of time, he's been holding some kind of grudge. And that is why, out of shame, because when you look at it technically, Sultana has not done anything to him. What did she do to him? What was going on between the two of them? She only allowed him to sleep on her bed, and I don't know for whatever reason. Was it that there was not enough beds in the house at that time or what? I don't know. Right? And then when Jason J came with his love bombing, because that guy just the way he just carried his stress, or let me say he carried the pressure from Dede's relationship. Abi, well, situationship, because I don't think they had any relationship from Dede's because he was disappointed after all the efforts he did in trying to woo Dede. Dede did not get wooed. So there was that his ego was bruised.